gonna promote 3D printers. Like I should literally be a salesperson for 3D printers.
The youngins don't have work ethic. That's what sucks today. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
So crazy.
Thank you, Chris.
Those damn millennials.
What's up, everybody? It's Warp Charge Gaming live at not 9 o'clock this week because someone's an asshole named me who forgot what time we're supposed to come on. Honestly, I forgot entirely. I blame it on quitting cigarettes. I'm like 4 days in. I'm feeling a little bit irritable. So you might hear some belligerence fly off the tongue.
No negative comments.
Yeah,
it triggers them.
Yeah, I'm triggered right now. The subject matters we've had before we.
You're wrong. I don't want to hear any more.
Yeah, before we turned on the live stream here, there's been lots of belligerent bitching and things of that nature. But yeah.
You're wrong, George. You're wrong.
Let's see if anybody's. Oh, the big fat zero watching. Like, I'm just getting pissed just seeing the zero now. I'm just kidding.
Dude, Grim Dark Live had 5 viewers for their live show tonight.
Oh man, that's our friendly competition.
That is our friendly competition, except we have 1,105 subscribers right now, and they have 85.
I just want to say thank you so much to all those 0 people watching, but all 1,105 subscribers that may potentially hit play on the 22nd episode. 22nd? 22nd.
Whoa.
Yeah.
We are on 22 episodes, dude.
It's pretty cool. Oh, there's 3 people now, dude.
Oh, like that's what you meant by 22nd. I thought you meant like it was 20 seconds long.
Oh, dude, come on. Dude, our episodes are old enough to buy alcohol now.
My God.
They can get on your level, Chris.
That's me, and our episodes are going to have a nice long talk.
Hey, I got a funny story about a long talk. This is like before I was around. I have a much, much older brother. And he was in his room, and he was chiefing the pipe with his friends. And my mom told my dad to, like, go make them stop.
Uh-huh.
My dad came out like an hour and a half later, giggling with red eyes. So is that the type of talk you're going to have with our episodes?
I mean, mayhaps.
Your dad's cool.
Oh, my dad's super cool.
Nice. Yeah, man. So another week's gone by. What the hell have we done in this last 7 days?
Ooh, I played some 40k.
Ooh.
I've built and painted stuff.
Yeah, you have.
Like I like one of the coolest things I've worked on
is
probably this typhus.
Yeah, I can't tell shit. I should have grabbed some pictures.
I have to ask, how much shit have you 3D printed? Do we have?
Well, I have printed you and primed this for you. Dude, I don't know how this is going to work with the lighting. Maybe I can, like, turn it.
Yeah, it's rough. I'm grabbing pictures.
Maybe if I pointed it away. I don't know. But I printed this thing for you.
The outline, and it is sexy. I like it.
Can I bring it back? Does that help? I can't tell.
I mean, the shadow's pretty intense because of the camera positioning, but it's not a big deal. I can tell.
And then I got, I don't know, like 5 or 6 walls. We got, like, some bio tank traps.
Okay.
So it's like a dragon.
Are excited.
We got these things. So that's as far as like the NID terrain.
Yeah.
But I probably have printed like 20 or so movement trays for 25 mils and 32 mils. And currently printing some wound counters, so like you can put your dice there. I printed stuff for the family, like more Paw Patrol tracks for the kid. iPhone holder watch charger stations, and a little dugout for myself.
Nice.
So loving the printer. It's good times. Good times. Yeah, recommend everyone get a 3D printer for the future. It's now.
I'm a little bit impressed, man. You just keep like knickknacks and all these, like you're just showing us that this cool piece of terrain today, the cesspool thing or whatever.
Oh, the chemical vat?
Yeah. Super cool.
James, don't forget to hit me with a link for that the spool stuff again.
Yeah, I get you that.
Word.
You also cranked out some. Oh, here's your. I'm grabbing pictures right now. I'll show off your cool phone holder and you've been cranking out some thumbnails and some nice overlays for our bat reps we've been posting. That's pretty tight.
I hope you guys enjoy that. They are when I'm in the groove, I can kick them out pretty easy. But if I'm not in the groove, those things can be very, very time consuming.
Yeah. Yeah, we got the posters made for our upcoming event. I need to get. I'm grabbing all this stuff now, folks. But we got a Kill Teams tournament coming on the 13th here in October at Battlegrounds in Richmond, Virginia. We got a sweet flyer that I'll post for you. Also a Shadespire event.
Yeah, you should show that Typhus though, because I think I'm very proud of my conversion skills to the Typhus.
Yeah, I'm grabbing that stuff right now. You know what? Until then, we should go to Chris's 40k games. Tell us what happened there, Chris. We have them streamed live. You could actually go back and watch them. So listen to Chris.
Yeah. And I'm actually sad to say I have not watched them yet. Like,
They're
I
good.
need to watch them. Like, that's like, I've watched every single one of our videos, and those are the only ones I have not caught up on.
I will say that one battle is better than the other battle.
The first battle is way better. It was a much closer game. I had the lead up until literally, I think, the last or second to the last turn. And at that point, my army started to break. Connor's army was... I think I kind of used the same words at the end of the battle report. I was kind of perplexed. I wasn't really sure how to approach his army. And even after the battle, besides like gravitating closer to like my standard tournament template list, I wasn't really sure what to do with it. Game 2, though, Connor moved more towards like Ali style list with the planes and whatnot. And Terran effects do work, man. I mean, that game was just very rough for Connor, on top of the fact he rolled badly.
I think you could also say that flamers do work against planes with their -1s to hit and shit. It's like, well, I don't care. Back in 7th, that was not a thing, you know?
Exactly. And I mean, that's another thing. The Terran effects, the platform I use it on, is weapon skill degrades from 4 to 5 to 6. So it's like, oh, I can take a flamer on it. Like, I can just ignore part of your degradation on your profile. That's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is super awesome.
Now, what I will say is the strength of the flamer is strength user, and his strength does deteriorate as he degrades from 7 to 6 to 5. But that said, I mean, the ballistic skill doesn't degrade, and if my shots are connecting, I'll take the lower strength.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. So
I mean, against toughness 8, regardless, I'm going to be wounding on 5, so the degradation doesn't even matter against toughness 8.
That's right.
Now you brought some Colt in your list, and I think part of what you were bringing was that people might be interested to go check out on the back end, especially, is that there's a new update. There's a new box that came out, the Teeth and Claw, or something of that nature, with the Space Wolves and the Gene Stealer Colt, correct?
Yes, absolutely. The Gene Stealer Cult got some redone rules on Aberrance, and also got a new Gene Stealer Cult character, the Abominant. The Abominant is disgusting. For 80 points, I mean, he's comparable kind of to like a Smash Captain, just like a really like bargain bin one, because he's slow. But you can Cult Ambush him. That makes him kind of fast, especially considering, you know, like turn 1, you could get off an assault in your opponent's deployment zone. He is, for 80 points, carrying around a neg 3 damage, strength ×2, d6 damage weapon. With 3 attacks where 6s generate extra hits. And he also gets like 2 bonus like minion attacks that are like strength 4, like rending claws.
Right.
He's really good, and the 6s on the hit thing where he generates extra hits is actually an aura he gives to aberrant units. So he gives that to the aberrants, which have had their rules redone, significantly improved. They were pretty terrible before. Like, they reduced their damage by like 1. Now they just have a 5-up. Fundamentally, they ignore a wound on a 5-up. 2 wounds a pop, toughness 5. They have 2 attacks base, or 3 on the metamorphs, which you can take 1 per 5. A lot of multiple damage weapons. The power picks are disgusting because you get to take all your attacks. If you use a power pick, you still get your full rending claw attacks. Mm-hmm. And the power picks are strength 6, neg 1 damage, or neg 1 AP, d3 damage. So, you know, you'll have, in a 10-man squad of aberrants, you're putting out, let's see, 2 times 8, 16, plus 6, 22 neg 1 d3 damage attacks, as well as that same amount of strength 5, neg 1 single damage attacks.
Jeez, and he used to have this these same points. They have been fluctuated now to the aberrants versus carnifexes before, right?
Well, the abominants definitely. Yeah, so basically, my standard template list now drops all the carnifexes. I get a little bit more min-maxi on rippers, and I take 3 of the abominant characters. They're really good. I also have a version where I only take 2 abominant characters, a primus, and the aberrants. But I lose the carnifexes. At least 2 of my hive tyrants have wings now. In that list, just for the added utility.
Yeah. So what first impression is that, are you finding that one, now you have the Colt in play and that's just kind of fun. You get to use models you had. Are you like off the bat, are you enjoying it more?
Yes. And the Abominant is a better replacement for the Carnifex, just straight up. So, I mean, on that metric, it is purely an improvement to my competitive list. The Aberrant version, I'm not sure is better yet or not. It's really killy. It's fun. It's kind of Aberrants, and this was the same thing I told Connor. I feel like Aberrants fill the same role as Gene Stealers. They're a little more durable, a little more elite. And a 10-man squad, which is a max size squad, costs just about 25 points cheaper than a 20-man squad of Gene Stealers.
Okay, yeah.
They're both kind of glass cannony, even though the Aberrants have 2 wounds a pop and a 5-up feel no pain essentially. But they both only have 5-up saves otherwise. They're cool. They're really cool. They add a lot of flavor to the Tyranids. And you with a Primus can give them +1 to hit, make them hit on 2s.
Hell yeah. That's some Space Wolf stuff. What's up?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I was doing that in my game with Connor. I mean, the Aberrant units, they diced things they touched. They just struggled to get targets after that. Connor, he played well game 1 in screening and denying me good targets. A lot of my elite killy close combat stuff just spent a turn or 2 in no man's land trying to reach their next targets, which cost me pretty gravely in the end. Just attrition kept setting in.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good game, though. Connor took it away by like 6 points, I want to say. I was scoring in the 20s. I think he may have just early broken 30.
So he did win that first game by barely. Spoiler alert.
But game two, like,
was
bad touch.
Yeah.
If you guys want to watch a really quick game, watch game 2.
Speaking of quick games, that's one thing I'm extremely excited about is the studio now has a chess clock, and that is something we did not have in our lives before besides app-based, so it's going to be so much easier to use that thing. It's going to be a good time. I look forward to our next videos. I'm getting ready to we're actually going to be filming tomorrow, Connor and I. And I'm going to set up the camera to be able to do both the green screen dice cam as well as be able to see the chess clock at all times whenever I'm in the overhead view. So during movement, you'll be able to see where things are at with time. Word. And see it push back and forth. So that's exciting. We're also getting ready to make a big move. Something James and I have been talking about is we're going to start trying to push our Twitch audience a little bit harder and utilize that application more. So we're going to start going live on Twitch with the bat reps and then just repost it to YouTube. I'm going to work it in so that the Twitch comments will show up on the screen for the feed there because we will be live, but on the post-in you will be able to see what people are talking about. So that's going to be cool. Looking forward to doing that. We don't get a huge amount of people watching live necessarily or necessarily even on the back end. It's an interesting thing for those out there that have watched our live content and edited content. Feedback is really kind of what we need most. We have data just looking at numbers, but when something has a lack of views, it means that it had a lack of clicks. It seems like people click less on the live bat reps, and I don't know if it's because they're notified less, if it's not as shiny looking with the way the thumbnail is. It's not clickbait, it's interesting.
George, this is something I've noticed to me has been interesting. When I've searched for battle reports online, I feel like live content shows up all the way, almost like halfway down the page before you even start getting any hits.
Yeah, so maybe that, you know, what'll be really interesting is that we go live on Twitch and then post it as a bat rep on YouTube. And I wonder if that posted material will actually get because, you know, you seemed like the tags, the searchable keywords are what brought the most attention to the videos get clicked in the first place.
I agree.
And I feel like less of that has been occurring, and I doubt it's just because of a pretty picture.
Algorithms,
you know, so I think that should be an interesting thing to discover. And plus, again, look forward to growing that Twitch audience. We were talking about today, the guy that plays Fortnite, Ninja, had an interview and saying something like the dude makes like $1 million a month. What?
Yeah, dude.
He was just shown on ESPN, right?
Yeah, he was the first esports gamer that has ever graced ESPN's like magazine. So Arrow Hawani, who normally covers MMA, interviewed him, and it was just quite crazy because he's the first person on Twitch to ever hit 100 subscribers.
Yeah,
and you're paying $5 a month for a subscriber.
Wow.
So like after like the fees of Twitch, that's like $300,000 just from Twitch subscribers, and that's per month. And then he has his sponsorships and like his deals, and then people pay him like huge chunks of money to personally coach their kids into being professional gamers. So like this dude getting super close to $1 million a month, and he's 26 years old, and he went to Grays Lake High School. It's the same high school I went to. Like I was a senior when he was a freshman.
Dude, that's such a weird flip of what like, okay, so I was also talking today about this documentary I just watched on Netflix called The Surrounding Game. And it's all about the game Go. I guess it's like it's a long time played game, ancient game called Go. That's like mainly like in the Middle East, their version of chess, but in their minds and pretty easily recognizably far more complex, but like extremely simple. And at the same time, it was really amazing. I got blown away by this documentary and seeing the level of competitive nature, how hardcore these gamers were. Like we're talking about this dude that just like decided to start streaming and play a video game that someone else made. Here, these folks, there's like such a, like in Asia, sure it's big, but in America, like the American League has been around 75 years and only has like 2,000 members, while this guy has 100,000 people watching him play video games. But these 2,000 people are dedicated as fuck to be amazing Go players. And like they're on that documentary, they're like, dude, if you're not good by the time you're 13, like if you haven't trained X amount of hours to where you're like trying to be an expert, you have no chance of ever competing on a top level with the masters. They like people like just in Asia that it's like totally a thing to become a professional player and a career path and a respected and honorable one to become a professional Go player. Like the level of intensity and sacrifice that these guys do to be good at that game is crazy. The way they study the patterns, and you have to like look so many moves ahead comparatively to say chess. They were saying like in a chess game, you have at any given time like 36 different options or something of that nature, while Go has like 200 plus. I don't know. I was impressed, but you should check out that documentary. But you want to see hardcore gamers and people that are trying to be professional. There's some, you know, like the amount that those people are dedicated versus a dude that's just like turning on a camera and streaming a video game. It's insane the difference in that. But yet it's a reality.
Dude, this ninja dude literally streams 5 to 6 days a week, 10 to 12 hours each stream.
That's impressive. I mean, that's work. I mean, not saying the guy's not putting it in.
That's full-time work right there.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like, damn, son.
Sounds like fun, though.
Yeah, I would definitely play a video game for that long if I was going to be making anywhere close to $100,000 a month.
My God.
Like, are you serious?
Even a month? Come on, dude.
Are you kidding?
Fuck
like,
me, dude. I'd do that as like, that could be my, if like, I'd trade it. I don't know, man. Like that'd be some sell your soul shit right there. If there was somehow a way that I could trade, like, would you trade tabletop wargaming for video games if that's all you had to do forever for this much monies? You know, I wouldn't want to.
That's like the reality right now. It's like gaming is that big. Like they sell out fucking arenas, like football arenas, just to watch people play video games on a stage. It freaks me out. But I love it at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's just so impressive. And I 40k gets to this weird realm where it's like that.
Gaming's at a historical place in time right now, and I'm definitely, you know, happy to be where we are with it. And man, it sucks to. I definitely play tabletop gaming, physical games, analog, if you will, for a reason. You know, at this point in life, like I find the whole physicality and social aspect to tabletop gaming, you know, is there's a certain fundamental there that you're not going to get in those video games. So I mean, like I'm glad that we do what we do, and I do that choice for a reason, you know.
It's amusing to me too, George. Like even like my sibling, like she's a Overwatch junkie. She went to like New York City to like watch these Overwatch games and whatnot. You know, these streaming gamers and whatnot.
Okay.
They have like such just massive, huge followings. But I mean, yeah, we need to get that kind of presence.
Yeah, for real.
Well, dude, with chess clocks, it's a potential because it adds a whole nother level of competitiveness, and especially as a viewer, like now you have this element that you can watch and see the pressure happening more than just watching minis and seeing dice roll.
That's true.
Dude, you got to watch that Netflix show, dude. They're hitting those fucking chess clocks like mad in that. I got like pumped on chess clocks after watching that shit.
Dude, I'm pumped on chess clocks. I really enjoy them, actually.
Yeah.
Pace also sets, I feel like, the tone for the narrative. Like, you know, like I feel like when you have like this overly long narration and whatnot to these games and stuff, like it's hard to kind of visualize, you know, your Marines and stuff being badass, jumping behind cover and, you know, lobbing grenades when your opponent is thinking for 3 minutes about whether or not they're going to spend a command point on a stratagem. Like, it's like, you know, it's like, come on, man. Like, you're making it hard for me to enjoy the fantasy universe because you're being slow.
You know,
like,
you know, it's no secret between y'all that like I've had a kind of a boring, like a fallout where I feel like I was kind of bored playing 40k after playing so many skirmish games, and to me it's a solution to a problem. Like it, you know, fuck slow play. It just makes me excited to have a good time because I don't want to sit there and just, I'm not even like thinking about the fairness of it, but just the matter of I don't want to fucking wait for somebody to move all their shit or take forever or whatever. I want them to have a fire under their ass.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So like, yeah, I'm stoked on it. It makes me excited to play because I usually enjoy, I study the games that I play to the level that I do so that I can play them extremely efficiently. Like I enjoy taking something to a level of professionalism.
Well, and it's almost disrespectful when like people that are like opponents that show up like don't even try to get, like I've had opponents be like, oh, I don't think I need the rule book for this edition, right? Like I'll be fine just playing. I'm like, dude, like no, that's not okay. What are you talking about? Like we were communicated online. Like you could have told me that before the game. Like I could have worked on something out. But like you know,
dude, sometimes you go to play a pickup game and they're like, cool, well, let me just make a list real quick. Like, are you shitting me? You're not going to think about the depths of what has to go on. You're going to have to look up every single freaking stat you got.
Hey,
man,
we take fun seriously.
We take fun seriously. I remember playing with Matt Simon here at the studio when it was not even a studio at all, and being like, "Come on, we're professionals here." You know, always giving him shit when we missed a rule or you know whatever. You know, speaking of rules, you know, there's a video that I posted on Kill Teams called "Rules That People Argue About," and that's the one. That, you know, here we are talking about being very passionate about professional ways of playing the game. This dude just straight up tells me I'm wrong. I'm wrong in how these rules work on this one particular instance that is obviously not the way it works. And I just want to state that you should be professional with your game. You should take fun seriously, and you should also be polite and think about what you say and how you say it.
Oh man, he's still triggered. He's still triggered.
He said I'm wrong. He didn't even say, you know, I didn't think it works this way, or you might be. Oh, I'm trying so hard not to be an asshole on this post back. Yeah, you guys should check out that video. It's a pretty good video. I was not wrong, even though. Let me just make a clarification real quick that if you have watched any of the Kill Team content, we do have a lot of new subscribers. We have like 200 new subscribers in the last 2 weeks. It's been fantastic. And if you're watching this for the first time, episode 22, as a Kill Team fan, I did make a mistake or two recently. Oh
shit.
What is it? Oh, what is it? It's a big deal.
I don't know, but you're not taking fun seriously.
Oh, I was sad that I messed it up. I'll tell you that. Oh, I remember now. Two things.
Intervening. intervening cover. And
yes. I freaking I remembered the rule. I've definitely played it all the time. Where if you're obscured, then you get a +1. You get a -1 to the injury table. Like, it makes it harder to kill you if you have obscurity. But the very important detail is that you have to be within 1 inch of the piece of obscurity that you have, whether it's a model or a piece of terrain. And dude, like at the Nova Open, like I remember so many times, like I just by default forgot about that rule, and I'm just constantly like, I'm obscured, so you got fucking +1 of the injury. Good luck. And like nobody said shit. You know, and I think most of the time I probably was within a 1 inch, but I'm sure any of the videos you watch of ours, I've probably didn't pay attention to the 1 inch factor. And then additionally, I've already commented on this, but you may not have noticed, is that all of the Kill Team Nova Open videos and just all of our bat reps in general, there was something about the Flail of Corruption that I was playing wrong that really makes a big difference, and definitely made a difference in some of my games. In shooting, when you roll a multi-damage weapon, like a flamer, you get D6 shots. You roll how many shots you get, and then you can allocate it to the targets. So I made when they talk about combat and the way things happen, they say refer to the way shooting happens. But I misread that when it comes to allocating attacks, it doesn't operate the way that it does with shooting. It is simply that if I have 3 attacks, I have to delegate those 3 attacks before I roll the D3 results. I was rolling the 3D3, getting like 7, and then separating those 7 attacks at whatever was most optimal for me. When it should have been.
You were straight flail tornadoes.
Yeah, I was flail tornadoes, and that is not legal. And the funny thing is, I played like 3 Death Guard matches, and they had flails. And because I played it so confidently, they played it wrong as well, and continue to play it wrong amongst the event probably. So I'm an asshole,
dude.
It makes
way
it
to create problems.
Yeah.
Nova. Dude. ISOF even calls you out. You're a cheater.
Yeah,
you're a dirty cheater.
You know what?
Does not take fun seriously because you go to the point of cheating.
I bet that you have a free plasma pistol somewhere.
You know, see, that's where, cheating and then making mistakes are two different
definitely
things.
Got a plasma pistol, and he does not post his list.
What?
So, like,
criminal.
Criminal.
I'm hitting it on the head, gents. I'm boldly admitting and recognizing I wrote it down. I'm gonna make a video that breaks it down.
That just makes you an innovator, though. Like,
yeah,
you're taking the hobby to new fronts.
It's funny because there's so many things that many people miss, including myself. And some of people will tell you that you missed rules, even though they haven't even checked the rule before they talk, and they're completely wrong. And then I have to type to them and show them the rules. I still got it up. I got the damn fight phase pulled up right now. Anyways, gents. Hey, I got some pictures. Let's jump back to
but seriously?
Yeah.
About these rules?
Yeah.
Noise Marines are allowed to shoot after they die. And I'll shoot your damn character.
Talk about it.
Yo, so has the Nova FAQ dropped yet? No?
No.
No.
People were speculating yesterday, but now the new speculation is next Wednesday.
I am livid.
I just got to shout out Ice Wolf. Love me some Ice Wolf. Ice Wolf, I'm glad you stayed up too, man. I'm always glad to see you on the thread and in general, man. You're one of my favorite people out there that tune into our shit, so thanks so much, my friend. But yeah, FAQs, everybody wants them. Chapter approved. Man, I was over at Ollie's. The reason I was late tonight is I was playing Kill Teams, and I completely forgot. I just got Thousand Suns. James painted them. That was pretty cool to get them in my possession. I lost. It was cool, though, because Ali, I was cracking on Ali just a minute ago because I made his list for him. He invites me over to play Kill Teams. The motherfucker didn't make a list. So I gave him a list, and it was my Space Wolves. It was my Adeptus Astartes kill team list that I'd never played before. He beat my Thousand Suns list that I made. I think it was a very good Adeptus Astartes list, if I do say so myself.
So it has the one dude I made in it?
It does, of course, absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah, complaint. I'll make a small complaint here. The Space Wolf expansion box by GW annoys the shit out of me because it doesn't have any of the weapons. Like, who is going to take 5 Primaris Reavers and the limited weapon loadout? Like, there's like 3 other data sheets.
I ran 4 Lictors. People will do it. They just won't be very successful.
Let me go find that commenter, dude. You're wrong, Chris. You're wrong. Oh, man,
You're all wrong.
Dude, we got freaking 10 peeps to jump in at like 10 at night. You guys rule. Thank you.
Dude, there's only 9 here. I'm in the past.
Half the people that watch our
I
shit,
post in the future.
yeah, half the people are like Ice Wolf. We over half of our followers are from overseas, which would kind of surprise me. Never would have thought the data.
Because we have funny accents to them.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it's not. I thought we had to have like a British accent to be successful, but maybe it's like in order to be successful in Britain, you have an American one.
Maybe. I don't know. I've heard mixed comments on that one.
They're probably laughing at us, but the UK is definitely almost they're fighting the US as far as number one subscribers.
I think it was actually when we were at the Nova, they were describing. I don't know if it was the Long War guys or one of the guys from Forge the Narrative. But it says something to the effect of the Virginia country accent makes us sound real dumb.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a true story.
When I went to Chicago for the first time, living in Missouri, one of the first like parties I went to, they're like, "Do you got cows in your backyard?" I'll never forget it. You got cows in your backyard? I was so like weirded out and insulted. I was like, "What? What do you mean? What, cows in my backyard?" I didn't even know what they were trying to say. They were just insulting me.
Awesome.
I was like, "Probably there's fucking cows around. It smells like shit outside the city, you assholes."
Oh well.
Yeah.
Ice will spring into the 20 attack Rune Priest.
You know, I'm just gonna something that grinds my gears one more time. We had another commenter that he said,
"Oh no!"
He said, "LOL, that's a ruin priest." I had to comment. I had to comment back and say, "You're so right. I should have made it clear that this was a proxy of not a ruin priest, but not an iron priest, but a ruin priest. You motherfucker."
I noticed it when you said it in the game. I was like, I know what he means.
Yeah. I knew what it was. I knew it didn't have a jetpack. Like,
Milo's been asked if he lives in an igloo.
yeah.
I don't know why that cracks me up so much, but it does. Like, Milo, do you look like an Eskimo? Because like that's the only way I would ask that question.
Or maybe it's like like Iceland or whatever.
No, dude, he's from Canada.
Yeah, so okay, there's fucking igloos in Canada. No.
They call the first people.
I used to play a lot of WoW back in the day, and would stream online and shit like that. But I was next to a window next to a creek, so you'd hear crickets all the time, and they'd be like, "Dude, you live in the city of Richmond. Like, why does it sound like you're in backwoods Louisiana?"
I'm cracking up at Ice Wolf here. We need Ice Wolf on board full time. He was like, "It's all quality control," and Ice Wolf's our overseas quality control expert. And if he was just present all the time, he'd catch it all. We'd be good.
He's almost present all the time.
I know, it's
awesome.
like ridiculously sweet. But yo, let's get. I got some pictures, and it's kind of irky. I just got to show it because it's really cool. And that is this typhus model. Where'd he go? Yeah, check this out, dude. This is good work, James.
Let me see this now.
So this typhus model, his sight's supposed to be in his other hand, according to how the kit comes.
Okay.
Ooh.
So
that's his scythe grabbing hand grabbing the guardsman.
Yes. So what I had to do is cut off the scythe from the hand, and then I took a plague drone leg and used it to complete the scythe, so that it still looks kind of like wood-like. And then what I did is I cut out the chunk of the slice from that hand, the slice from that hand, so it was hollowed. And then I heated it with the heat gun and bended the fingers in a way that it looks like he's grabbing onto the guardsman's neck. So there's no green stuff used at all. It's all original kit and just heat and cutting.
Very cool.
That's incredible, dude.
And then same with the guardsman. I changed his facial expressions by carving into it. His hands originally had a gun in it, a flamethrower, and I carved the flamethrower out of his hands, heated it, and bent it so it looked like he was grabbing onto Typhus's hand. like fighting the choke. And then for his feet, what I did is then heated those and pulled them down so it looked like there was somewhat like struggle to them instead of them looking like they're standing on a base.
Yeah, that's rad.
So like I'm just super proud of my like conversion skills on this one because there's no green stuff. It's all just natural kit and just like manipulating the plastic.
Original.
Yeah, dude. And so you're jumping in and out of projects. You guys probably can't hear it, but in the background there's a printer going pretty much 24/7. Here's
is that what that noise is?
Here's
a
recent Tyranid piece.
Wait, you work on James's Tyranid stuff?
Yeah. And then here's the freaking cell
God.
phone holder. It's crazy. Made a cell phone holder for the missus. Good man, good stuff. And then wall 3D printing stuff, working on terrain, making this the Space Wolf Kill Team board is coming along amazingly, which I think this isn't even the most updated. You said he added your final layer of plaster, or there's still one more? You got like
the final layer on the actual like model, but I still have to do the edge completely so that I can sand it down so it can be smooth.
Yeah, like it's gonna be like over a gallon of primer, you're saying, or whatever. Or,
plaster.
Plaster, yeah.
Yeah.
Wild. And then so in between painting that amazing typhus, printing 3D stuff, and making a Space Wolf Kill Team board, he also is rocking out our flyers. So here's that Kill Team flyer going down at our local store. I love Battlegrounds. They are awesome and support us. And we also came up with our second flyer. It's kind of a remix of one in the past. Nothing too crazy, just showing the new dates. Shadespire, October 20th. We're going to be holding another event, getting ready for that 2.0 coming down. Here's a little shot from Nova, me recording Nova. I still do have the Shadespire content to produce from the Nova games. So that's something that's in the move. And then something else just to throw out there, I've been playing a shit ton of Age of Sigmar Champions. At Nova Open, I got a demo game of it. It's a new game by Games Workshop, and it's basically the Age of Sigmar background inside of a card game. And it's definitely a strong move by them. It's a collector-based card game. It's, Magic-style format of, buy booster packs and shit. Definitely highly impressive, super addictive, a different game than others, a nice remix of many. This is just a shot of my my current score and roster. You can see I'm level 31 with my Chaos deck, and then here's my Chaos deck itself. So what you're seeing is that this cool part about this card game is that if you don't have anybody you can play, then this is their big sales pitch, like at the convention and stuff. If you don't have anybody to play, you could buy all the cards and you can scan them into the app. And the app is straight up the game, right? So like it uses augmented reality, which is the type of virtual reality that's used on, like, say, Pokemon Go, where you move around with your phone and there's the world in front of you becomes part of a virtual realm on your phone. Same kind of concept. It basically makes the cards like come alive, scans them into your app, and you basically own those cards digitally. And then you can earn points as you play throughout the game digitally and get more cards that you can earn for free without going to buy the stuff. But if you want to play competitively or whatever, you got to buy that. It's been amazing because I've been able to learn the game and play a shit ton of games inside the app, collect cards that I wouldn't be able to, that I don't want to just buy a shit ton of boosters to find out if I like the thing or trade for it and see I don't even like it. You can get it's like having Battlescribe or something where you're making lists like crazy, but you get to simulate them for real style against real people, So I've had a great time and been able to come up with a deck that I'm now going to cherry pick buy. I'm not going to buy a single booster pack or card at random. I'm going to trade or buy these cards individually, be able to make a supreme deck that I think is the most competitive thing I want to come up with or whatever, without going through buying hundreds of dollars of random booster packs.
So I actually super like what you were talking about with this technology, because I had an idea for GW to stop third-party recasting their models. If they sold model kits with a card that you had to scan and you were able to use this and play 40k and this augmented reality, and when you go to tournaments you had to turn in your list and it would have a scanned code of all the different models, and they would know that your stuff's not recast.
It would at least be like a certificate of ownership almost,
Yeah. and like it'd be also a way to like promote the game in a way that it's an app and people can play it all the time at their convenience, and then can still go to these tournaments. Because I would say 60 to 80% of like 40k is list building and theorizing. Like if I had an app where I could just like play the game throughout the day, that'd be so dope.
Well, I should have posted the link. There was just watched today a video about the augmented reality is like totally becoming a like for tabletop gaming is already like on the radar. Products are already like beginning to hit the market. And they just did like the World of Tanks iOS game, and they turned it into a augmented reality VR type thing. Hold up your tablet or phone, and they have a board with terrain on it, and then all of a sudden there's like explosions, and the tanks are really there, and you can move them around with your fingers, and they literally position themselves in the physical, in the virtual. And so it's not out of the realm of possibility or crazy flying cars or anything like that. I just saw we got a comment from Drow Gamer. What's he saying here? I'm a little disappointed the kill teams in the Rogue Trader box. Beautiful models, but I don't think they can hang competitive campaign play. Dude, I'm really excited, Drow Gamer, to get to try them myself. I'm actually picking up my models Sunday. On Sunday here in our area, I run the kill team campaign for our group. We have about 16 players, and we've gone 5 weeks in and upgraded our levels throughout each week. This upcoming Sunday, we're going to be doing a giant end of campaign situation where I double the kind of the issues that could occur if you lose the match. Basically, over 3 games, you could be totally out of the campaign, and going to have like big multiplayer games, team games, and free-for-alls to close out a campaign of big epic nature. Anyways, though, that's when I'm getting my Rogue Trader box. I'm getting the Nurgle side of it, and my other buddy's getting the Inquestors, or whatever they're called. They're the Conquistadors, the pretty models, the Rogue Traders.
They got a puppy.
Like, yeah, the puppy's tight. But I've been seeing nothing but people saying that they don't think they're very good, and I think a big part of that, there's like a whole new like addition to kill teams about to drop, and that's the Commander expansion. And apparently the Rogue Trader set came out early with the Commander rules prior to having the full picture of everyone having those rules. I think that's a factor to be considered, and I do not care. Those models look so amazing that I have to be playing with them, and I want them to be good really bad. Also, it seems that they have the ability to like mix in. Like, I know in 40k you can mix them in. I'm curious if they make it so like you can mix in Death Guard with the Rogue Trader Nurgle side, that would be amazing.
They have their own keywords. They do have a Nurgle keyword, but they have their own keywords. So you take them as a patrol detachment.
I got you.
Unless you lose everything by taking them a Nurgle keyword.
Yeah, okay.
But the Rogue Traders, like, they can be taken in a patrol detachment, but they have a stratagem for 1 command point. They all get the deep strike.
Whoa.
Like, all of them for 1 command point.
Man,
the catch is when the leader deep strikes, they all have to arrive within 6 inches of her.
That's neat. Like, I'm highly intrigued, and I just when things are it's so new and like so fresh, like I just don't believe anything that people say when it comes to being good or bad. Because I just don't like to taint my perspective with others. Yeah, I don't like to put a scrotum on my thoughts. I don't like to ball sack up my vision.
You're getting teabag metaphorically.
Just saying. I need to come up with my own thoughts and minds, but I have seen a lot of poo-poo platters going on. And also, complainers complain loudest. And I'm not saying that's you at all, man, because I am concerned.
Oh, it's me.
You're a poo-poo platter? Dude,
yes.
I'm going to play the shit out of them, though, and you're going to see them on the channel. James is going to paint them. Probably see some of that live on Twitch.
I'm super excited about painting them, and I will definitely be doing them on Twitch as soon as I have them. They just jump in line because they are so cool.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I'm hoping that I just don't get caught into the time warp of the detail that they have.
Right.
Because they just look so cool. I know they're like Nurgle, so you can kind of just tone them out and like do a real quick paint job just so they're done. But they have so many details. I just want to show the love that the model deserves.
Mm-hmm. No, I feel that, dude. I'm excited to see what you do. I'm glad that you want to pick up the project. So I was like, yeah, James, like, I don't want to get in the way. I could like pass this off, and I knew it just wouldn't be what you would do. So
Yeah,
excited.
no, I was like, nah, dude, don't even think otherwise. Like, I was looking forward. That's the only way I'm getting those models in my hand.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, I'm super stoked to get these Thousand Suns from you too. I need to get you some Zangors to take care of down the road. These pink horrors work fine. It's just, I think actually most tournaments would let it run as Zangors anyways.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. As long as you didn't have pink horrors, I'm sure they wouldn't care.
Yeah, exactly. There's no pink horrors in the game, so easy proxy.
Yeah, man. Zangors are nice.
Oh,
And ISO, if I did get that link, and I perused around down there. I didn't see anything I was too intrigued about, but I appreciate it.
It's funny. My quitting cigarettes ranting brain from Dro Gamer's comment there. He said, "Yeah, they are really cool looking." Or very cool looking, whatever he said. Yeah, it's the
They are.
It made me think back to hanging out with Ali a minute ago, and I hope you tune in, Ali. He was when I was leaving, he was asking me about how I thought about the viability of adding elements of the Space Wolf Codex as soup to an Imperium list. And I was getting more and more aggravated the more and more we talked, where I was like, dude, I don't even want to think about it because I don't give a shit if it's good or not. Because like everything we came up with, he was like boo-hooing the cost of, because he wanted to do like Thunderwolf Cav. Well, bottom line, the Thunderwolf Cav are only effective when you when you have the Space Wolf Codex, when you're using the multiple units that make it good. And that's like the type of way the book works is as a army-wide synergy that without the whole piece of without the puzzle put together as a whole, then each individual piece isn't worth anything.
I will say, somebody made a point to me. I forget which it is, but they almost have their own version of Smash Captains. They're not as good, but
they have like 2 versions, man.
Yeah, they're cheap though.
Yeah, and that's to me like that's the I'm gonna say it again. That's the thought of the taint. That's the tainted thoughts. Because like I don't fucking care if they have a Smash Captain. I don't want to run a Smash Captain.
George, so I'm curious. How do you feel about players like me that have voiced the thought that, like, I want to run nothing but Primaris Space Wolves?
Honestly, I love it. I love the fact that it's not what everybody else does. I have a funny, like we can get mad at GW for forcing new models down our throat.
But
Like, no, I personally love anything that's unique and from your own brain and not just something that like, oh, does this versus that. The moment that you go this versus that in that little like vacuum of thought, then you're not looking at the whole picture. And like, because like what makes the Thunderwolf Cap badass now is the fact that we can use that stratagem to be -1 to hit. And then, of course, using the psychic power to be count as in cover, then you got a 2-up armor save. And then you gotta, that, and then if you want to give the wolves extra attacks, you take Canis Wolfborn. If you want to give them reroll 1s to hit, if you want to make them reroll 1s to wound, you got to take another character. You end up having to take like 3 characters, and then you want to take a big and worthy unit of the Cav. You're gonna invest in the Storm Shields. You're gonna get the Thunder Hammer, and yeah, it all adds up. And like you throw Wolfen in there, the Wolfen Stone. Another extra attack. It's just bottom line, everything that makes them good costs more points. And that's because the codex is meant to be ran in a more pure state. Or like, that's like, to me, the intention of the designer more so. But I don't even care about that. It's like real cool, man. I don't fucking care what's better than the next. Like, if it looks tight, like, I'm going to play it. Was that a good rant, James? Was I going off there?
I don't know, man. You got some good stuff. I see good stuff in the codex. Like, I'm not one of those people that shrug off that codex. Like, I think there can be good mono builds in there that are actually competitive, and I think there can be some soup action. The new soup post FAQ. Like, there's definitely some strong detachments you can bring, where every unit that you bring is worth it.
You know what? I actually have a picture of my most recent list, and what I think is interesting is that Forge World is actually in a part of the equation to make, which isn't what meets the eye. When we talk about the book, the Forge World models aren't in the book, and I actually do believe they're an important piece of the puzzle to add viability that I'm looking for with the way that I'm trying to run them. And you can, if you listen to the words I just said, that was a diplomatic way of saying my opinion versus you're wrong. Ranting. Anyways, if you look on the right side, if you look at the right side there, you can see the 3 laser destroyers. Those are rapier carriers found in the Forge World book that take the option of laser destroyers. They can also take quad launchers or heavy bolters, like twin heavy bolters, something like that. But it's a very versatile unit. It's very affordable, only like 80 points for a laser destroyer, which is a strength 12 shot. That's -4 AP and starts out at D6 damage, but whenever you get a successful wound, roll a 2 through 5, and the thing, it might be a 3 through 5, the thing does 2d6 damage, and if you roll a 6 after you wounded successfully, you can do 3d6 damage. It's extremely heavy fire out of an inexpensive unit, 36-inch range. And then you got the Chaplain Venerable Dread, which is also a pretty fundamental piece to the way I've been enjoying running them. That dude is the only named character dread that you can take as an HQ to be able to apply whatever warlord trait that you desire, as well as being able to give relics to, because obviously you can't give relics to named characters. So Chaplain Venerable Dread for Space Wolves is a excellent model, super affordable too, like 170 points compared to, like, say, Bjorn. And then the rapier carriers, I think, are super gross. That top right corner is all heavy weaponry. The Bjorn and the Chaplain take twin las cannons paired with 3 laser destroyers. Then there's a Primaris Wolf battle leader, a battle leader there, so that he gives the reroll 1s. Bjorn gives the reroll 1s to hit. The battle leader gives reroll 1s to wound. I only took the Primaris version because I think it looks cool and because I had the model to be badass like. And yes, that's a bunch of heavy weapons. And then you got 7 units of Blood Claws there. And for the first time, I'm excited to try taking Terminators. And in each one of their units, it's kind of a unique feature. They can take a pack leader as a Terminator. So I took Storm Shields on all those for like 5 points apiece, which is a 3-up invuln. And I'm going to have those be my big wound soaks. When I do that, -1 to hit power, as well as the +1 cover save, they're going to be beasts at taking fire. And that'll really help me get the rest of those Blood Claws into combat. And then there's a pack leader in each one that has a Power Fist. So you'll have the Terminator do the tanking, and then hopefully a ton of opportunities to create lone wolves, because I have 7 units of Blood Claws, each with a leader that I'm not going to be tanking the wounds with that has the Power Fist. So I'm excited about that. 3 Cyber Wolves for anti-deployment and backfield scoring. And, of course, the Ruined Priest in there to be able to get those things going on. And then Murderfang. The Murderfang and the Ruined Priest with a jetpack, they're the ones babysitting and cruising up the board with the 7 units of Blood Claws. I think it's super fun. You got 2 units of Scouts in the back, too, of course. But anyways, sorry to rant and rave about that. I'm excited. You're going to see it tomorrow. If you want to tune in live, it's going to be on Twitch.
Nice.
And, yeah, that was getting hot and heavy on the talking.
Sweet. I dig it. Talk stuff.
Thanks, Ice Wolf. Yeah, that's a brigade. You know, I think I haven't seen anyone type online, what's the most competitive Space Wolves, list. I haven't looked that hard either, but I doubt that people are running a brigade like that.
George, because this is something I can't seem to do either in Battlescribe, not to eat up all the time on Battlescribe. You can answer me on the thread, but how are you adding the Chaplain? How are you unlocking the Forge World options in the Space Wolf Battlescribe file?
You go to the, you just add to the detachment that you're trying to add in the Forge World section, and you add in
Adeptus Astartes Forge World.
Yeah, Forge World Adeptus Astartes.
Cool.
And then you're actually able to choose the codex that the Forge World option is pulling from. And that'll open up the Space Wolf Warlord traits and relics on your Chaplain. That was also a point of it was worrisome, because I remember that if you go and look at the Forge World section straight up, if you look in the what are those they call those indexes, the Imperial Armor book, it'll tell you that you're not able to take these dreadnoughts as Space Wolves keywords, but you have to look at an FAQ that clarifies that they are able to be taken as Space Wolves specific, and then getting all those rerolls and things.
Yeah, no, that's actually in the index for Space Wolves, not the Forge World, and it tells you what units you can bring, and it doesn't list the Forge World ones.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, FAQ cleared that up.
Yep, thank God, because that's the same thing for the rapier carriers. Because the reason that little circle of pain is so badass is because they get to reroll ones to hit and to wound from Bjorn and the battle leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I'm hype on Space Wolves after being kind of quiet town on 40k. I'm stoked to be excited to play. And then, of course, Orktober's coming up, and I have about 16,000 points of Orcs. I think it's more like 12,000. 16,000 points of Chaos, 12,000 points of Orcs. But, yeah, ready to bust those out and rock face. I doubt highly that the Gargantuan Squiggoth will be recognized to be any better. Maybe somehow with the Orc abilities, it'll be a little bit more viable, but I doubt it. Yeah.
No.
That's the, like with all these, I guess chapter approved is a time period where we could see Forge World models get new rules or things, right?
Potentially, but also there's a chance we can get like Forge World books that are updated with the edition in mind.
That needs to happen. That needs to happen.
All the Forge World stuff is on an index right now. That's all index.
It's crazy.
So like they're eventually going to come out with a Forge World book.
You would think. You would hope so.
You would think with the logic of their current way of doing things.
Right.
Or at least re-release the new indexes, because while the codexes I think for Forge World are harder to do because they're like unified, like at least for the Xenos, like it's like Eldar and Tau and like all this stuff like together for the most part.
They can just do one master book.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic for as far as to the consumer. It'd be awfully nice of them.
Or 3 master books, like a Chaos.
That's what I expect. Yeah. That's what I'd say they do. Yeah, man. So I dropped a lot of F-bombs this episode.
It's okay.
I got hype.
It shows that you're honest.
More subscribers, we get more honest.
Indeed.
Or maybe this is just George without cigarettes.
Yeah. There's that. I get a little hype. Yeah.
This is your mind on George.
It was a brief moment, but just if anybody out there is curious, again, please check out that Age of Sigmar Champions game. It is fun. I'd love to play you online. We could be friends.
Stop fishing for games, George. Hey, anyone out there that watches this live or post, like, do you understand that George is willing to game whenever? So, like, he'll game you in the studio. He'll game you at Battlegrounds. You want to get a game out? Go get a game on.
Game on.
This guy wants the game on.
Like, we'll do it. We'll play Tabletop Simulator if we got to. Like, dude, come correct. Be ready to spend $20 and have a decent computer, and I will teach you how to do that shit. I've said it before and I've done it before, and so yeah, I'm ready to play some games. particularly want to make content as well. And I don't care if it's virtual in real life or where the hell it's at, because this is what we're trying to do. This is what we're trying to do.
Thank you, Ice Wolf. And yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say to that, George.
Well, taking fun seriously, living life intensely. I'm actually I'm getting kind of broke because I've been trying to live this whole year doing full-time Warp Charge Gaming, and we do intend soon to try to open up a method of support from our friends out there, as well as a way to give back exclusively to them. But 2, I'm probably going to start getting working a little bit at Battlegrounds, maybe doing some operational work. But be, again, closer to the pulse, finger on the pulse kind of feeling there. I do love being at the game store, and I've been working there in some capacity by being there every Sunday for about 10 hours a week.
Dice we will definitely sell those dice. They're on their way, hopefully within like a week or 2. And we also have shirts for sale on our website.
Yeah, and we're working. James is working diligently on getting ourselves set up with some product of some 3D printed awesome hobby tools.
We'll have some game aids like wound counters of sorts. We might even do some unique one-off things for some people.
It's kind of if you haven't figured it out yet, we are not.
Oh, is there a giveaway or something too?
Yeah, there's a giveaway. We're not limiting ourselves. You know, it's like basically we're going to try to do everything freaking possible. Here's the dice. Bam. We're giving these away soon. Well, there's a set of 12 anyways of your choice. Even a mixed bag, I suppose. That kind of mess up our numbers, though. So now you got to pick one color.
Yeah,
but yeah.
There's no mixed bag.
I don't know.
But you can definitely buy one, get one for free if you win one.
Oh, what's up? Yeah, those are about to be a thing. IceWolf, so like, yo, IceWolf, just if you want to PayPal admin at Warp Charge Gaming, I think the deal is you cover shipping and Chris will cover you a set of dice. So that's still a thing. That's really cool. We'd love to see you have some, but really you don't have to do that at all if you win, and that's probably going to happen because it's your turn, IceWolf. It's your turn, damn it. It's been like
get both.
It's been like 2. Yeah, you need to set it 24, man. It's been like I think we're like 6 giveaways in. I mean, come on.
Can you seriously play a game of 40k without 40 dice? I mean, you need at least 40 dice.
I probably use 30 all the time.
I'm constantly picking up 40.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, you have. IceWolf, we got another. We got a good one for 1,000. I mean, it's a dirty marine, but I mean, we got a Gilliman model coming out soon.
We do.
Get that set, and then we also have.
Yeah. You know what you can do with that Gulliman model? You can take some Space Wolves and run some amazing Imperial soup.
Oh my god! Puke.
Trigger.
Puke everywhere, dude. You go to hell, Chris. You go straight to hell. We also have something real exciting. We have a collaboration giveaway going down between Battlegrounds and Dark Bunny Creative and Warp Charge Gaming, and that is going to be a sweet painted model by Dark Bunny. So that'll be coming very soon, actually. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that.
It'll be super sweet.
It will. It might be.
Those guys rock.
Might be a thing, a tale of things to come. Maybe that's what it's about. Never mind me. Things to come. What, out of Gene Stealer Cult Codex? That's a thing. Just get your mind turning. I don't know. Maybe we're talking about something Forge World. Maybe we're talking about too many hints. Too many hints. We'll give everything away. October. I don't know. But there's a lot of cool things. Play Me in Champions, the Age of Sigmar Champions, get the card game app. Desperation. That's the next thing I'm about to do in my life. We just posted a fun like little music video style of a 4-man match of kill teams that I did on Wednesday night at Nova. I'm curious what you think the estimate of how much money that 4x4 GW terrain set cost.
$10.
You're wrong, sir. You're wrong.
$350.
You're both wrong.
But all I want is $350.
My God.
I think, there was a lot of shit that we have done recently and that we're going to be doing and that there is to be excited about. And I said a lot of cuss words and I'm talking fast. I think I've covered everything I want to say. You guys got anything left?
No, sir. I think
I'm going to an awesome tournament Saturday.
Okay.
Tournament with Matt Simon. He's bringing his pylon, his unit of immortals, and his lord. That is his 1,000 points. And I'm playing with his 2 units of cultists, 2 demon princes, some berserkers, and some obliterators.
How much is your guys' list designed around being able to get extremely drunk and play?
100% around that. I have the movement trays are designed for me to play just my 6 units and his 3 units. So we only have 9 units between the 2 of us, and we're gonna get wasted, and we're gonna have a great time. We're not sure how we're gonna get home.
Yeah,
but we're gonna play that by ear.
Safely, of course.
Dude, it sometimes like
be safe, dude.
Arrive safe, but it wasn't safe on the journey.
Hey, we promote
safe journeys.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not saying I did anything wrong.
Okay.
What happened was.
Okay.
It's the Battle Brothers, I think 3 event.
James, it's good to know that you're taking fun seriously.
Dude, we're taking fun super seriously. Like, almost as seriously as your face.
What's wrong with my face?
It's serious, dude. And Yeah, I'm excited about this tournament, man. We're reigning, defending hybrid champs.
Okay.
We're looking to keep that title, and we're gonna have fun doing it because we're gonna take fun seriously.
Yeah, I like it, dog. I wish you luck in that venture.
Yeah.
Get them. Go get them.
They're getting.
That is Wolf.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, good night, bud.
Yeah, we're signing out too.
Nice.
Peace,
Nice.
love, and happiness.
We are. Yeah, be safe and all that, and keep taking fun seriously. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Adios. Take fun.